Alright. Welcome back. We are once again past the dice with another Daggerheart adventure, dipping into what's out in the Great Sea. As always, like, subscribe, all the fun jazz. Keeps us going, and who knows what the future may bring, but everyone that contributes to this channel, we greatly appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get in. So last we left off, the heroes of our adventure ended up coming out on top, one could say, after getting done with the water temple itself. You all had a day of relaxation, a day of just kind of living the moment that you were able to save so many lives in the water temple itself. Being able to kind of get your feet down to the ground and get ready onto the next challenge. You all decided to be able to grab a ship and go on the seas themselves and head your way to Illitin, or even, depending on, going directly into the Calamity Scar itself, where the next key is, the final key. Hawthorne, you do have a book of El Dorado, as well as a book of the Void. Just to kind of reiterate that, just because I didn't talk about it during pregame. I'm going to start off with Aurelion. Aurelion, you see your father's spear made of crystal up against inside of your family's home, where you've been able to really officially call a place home, and you came to a completely empty one with a single letter that stated Illitin. I want you, in your mind's eye, draw out for me what this crystal spear looks like that your father left you.
I think I'd picture like a almost clear, but with a slight tinge of blue, like you'd see in like a really clean lake. A simple shaft and spearhead, but with almost like some sort of sea serpent wrapped around the shaft portion.
Cool. Absolutely. I like that. And when you grab a hold of it, you feel the back of your hair kind of stand up, as you almost feel connected to it in some way, shape, or form. And funny enough, where the serpents kind of lie, you notice that what you've seen your father do in combat, and even the transformation that you went through in the Void Realm, there are fangs on the actual spear where the serpents are, where you've seen your father utilize to cut to be able to utilize the blood in your magic, or magic in your blood. Bear that in mind as you grab it almost like bites a hold of you, but you quickly move away from it. It's almost, you thought that it moved on you, but it didn't.
Okay.
As you grab a hold of your spear. Now, I know that I texted this out to you, but later that day you do find out that there were adventurers that did save your people, your kind. You did hear about the whereabouts from Captain Tusk, who you've known for a very long time. Almost like an uncle to you.
Yes.
That these individuals are going down south to be able to book voyage to exactly where your father's letter met. Eddie, you wake up. You're in a room completely by yourself. Siegfried, come on, back. It's weird. You have never felt this before, but you wake up in a cold sweat. You get up, like almost out of breath, and you look around and you notice that there's moisture all in the bed sheets all around you, and you kind of try and move your arms and move your body, but it feels heavy until all of a sudden it isn't, and you reignite and you feel the lightness of your body and the flames kind of trickle. But for some reason, for the first few seconds, you hear that sound as oil hits a hot pan, that crackling, that popping, just as your hand reignites into its flame. Eddie, you come on downstairs after having this odd sensation, not entirely sure of what you missed. You're welcome to a warm meal. Oram, you cooked something last night. How much temporary health did everyone get?
4.
It was 4. I
Yeah.
did not put that on here because
I did write
this
it down.
is
It
my
was
character sheet.
There was 4.
Was
Okay,
4 temp HP?
so go ahead and add 4 temporary health points to you.
Right.
The meal was pretty fantastic
I think I rolled
considering
pretty
how
good.
how it was, what the little ingredients that Oram had.
I had a kitchen that I could use too, so I got lucky. What did we say that we would do for these temporary hit points again? Wasn't it like...
It was put a dash in it.
Yeah.
And then whenever you consumed one, you would just remove the dash.
Okay, within the... Gotcha.
Yep.
But it's also up to you.
So that being said, you're all welcome to a nice warm meal. Eddie, you come on downstairs and you feel... Actually, how do you feel after such a night?
Did I dream at all?
Did you?
No.
You're like, no, please don't.
The last thing I would remember is reigniting and then complete darkness.
Hold on. Complete darkness. I want you to imagine right now, in your brain, in your mind's eye, utter darkness. In that darkness, there is a coin that is rolling across the ground. What do? You hear it initially.
I turn to look at it,
Turn
but
to
I
look at
only
it.
look.
Okay. As it rolls, it gets to a point where it hits its climax, where it begins to kind of roll up onto itself. You're just looking at it, but I want you to tell me heads or tails. There we go.
Tails.
Tails. Okay. You look down at that as you are almost reaching out. You look, you get closer to look to see whether it was head or tails. The tails symbol, what is that on that coin?
It is a winged creature unfamiliar to Eddie,
Okay.
but he can almost place an odd familiarity with it and his duster.
Okay. That was your dream. As you come on down. I'm going to say that Aurelion, as there's food being made and things of that nature, and you're discussing with Captain Tusk, who is kind of a tall, orcish man, green skin, bandana over his head, pretty prominent one tusk coming out of his jowl. So it's decided then, as he looks over at you and he kind of begins to roll up like some rope that was attached to an anchor, and he's carrying it with one hand, the anchor on his back, and setting it down off to the side. You're chasing your old man.
Indeed. I still have so many questions for him, and I fear that the only way for those questions to really find answers is if I see him eye to eye, figure out why any of this happened in the first place.
There. Well, Alright then. Let's go meet our shipmates. And he gives you a slap on the back, which is a little bit more forceful than you were anticipating. You kind of stumble a little forward. And the two of you make your way over to the Mermaid's Kiss. I would say that Feeley, you probably noticed this immediately just for your weird orc instinct when it comes to seeing them.
Perks up.
He walks on in and you see the tall, broad-shouldered Captain Tusk kind of make his way in. And he kind of notices that you're all kind of munching and whatnot. Well, I heard from Zephyr that we're going to go ahead and go down south. I'm excited to get some new waters under my belt. Ever since Hawthorne, you explained it last night to me. The purging of darkness in the sea itself.
Aye.
I want to all introduce you to my first mate and nephew, Aurelion. And he, come here, lad. And he grabs a hold of you and kind of shoves you forward. Aurelion, I want you to describe your character to each of these players.
Okay. I am a tidekin, right around like 5'10", 6 foot, just kind of average dude height. Covered in very, very humanoid, but covered in like deep blue scales, save for these green and red markings that kind of wrap around my limbs and my torso. And I have just kind of like shaggy black hair kind of falling over my head with both of my ankles and my wrists. There are these small, almost like fin-like appendages with a similar, like a long, fin-like tail sprouting from the back of my waist.
Absolutely. Now, Aurelion, as you kind of stumble and once again kind of compose yourself, kind of straighten out your leathers, you immediately see, I'm going to go ahead and have from my left to right, a very tall, what looks like half-orc. Oram, go ahead and explain give a description of your character.
Yeah, I'm pretty tall. This is pretty tall, 6'3". Sorry, my voice cracked there for a second. Yeah, tall. 6'3", 6'4". Half orc. Skin's kind of like a sickly gray. Brown hair. Piercing blue eyes, and then like just the smallest like tusks you can see. Yeah, and then like kind of pointed ears.
Okay.
So
You see, kind of coming down the stairs and stumbling a little bit, a emberkin or firekin. Eddie, go ahead and give your description.
You see a gentleman, almost very cowboy-esque, but it seems like his skin is made up of flames. And you can barely make out glowing eyes on his face. He does not wear a shirt. Only the leather duster. He does, in fact, wear pants and a hat. And he's standing at a solid solid 5'11".
Okay.
You notice him kind of stumble down, and he glances at you for a sec, and then kind of just plops right next to Hawthorne.
You see about a 6'8", roughly tall.
That's so tall. Jeez.
I don't know how I ended up the tallest character
I'm the
in the
same
party.
height in my other campaign. I'm the tallest one.
Yeah.
It's like
but you
6'4".
She's a fawn lady, so like she's think It's going to be a deep pool, but think Gopher from Percy Jackson.
That was the exact picture I was thinking.
She's covered in like this reddish, like brown fur, kind of like all over her like arms and stuff like that, with these 2 spiral horns coming off of her head, with these big like outstretched like skeletal wings that seem to sprout from her shoulder blades. And in between like each of the wing, like the bone parts, you can see like a little netting of electricity, kind of dancing back and forth. And she's leaned over the bar top, and she's got a stamina sig in her mouth. She's just smoking it, looks at you, goes, it kind of nods, and goes back to smoking it.
Yep. And then you do see he's with the group, but he decidedly wanted to be at the head of the table. There is Feeley kind of. You see, actually, Feeley, I'll give you a description as you notice this smaller ribbit.
Yeah, so I'm a ribbit, so I'm a frog dude. About like 4 feet tall on a good day.
I guess we
dressed
do
like a
have minis.
conquistador, like plate armor, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the armor's blackened. His skin is like it's a green color, but it's a little bit more pale than you'd expect to see on a frog, and eyes are just bright red. It doesn't look like a regular frog should have eyes like that kind of deal. Sick mustache. It curls. He's always twirling it, and he just got like this kind of this. He's kind of an asshole, honestly. He thinks he's like better than everybody.
Yeah, there's a certain confidence about. Yeah, you can see it from afar.
He's like the kind of guy you don't really want to be friends with, but like you are anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a great introduction there.
Yeah, that's him.
And you notice Captain Tusk kind of makes his way around. Now, won't you all get acquainted? We're gonna have a. Actually, we need to get you all outfitted, and Zephyr's on his way to get some vouchers for you. Because the attire that you currently are wearing is not fit for the sea. Brendo?
The sea?
The sea. Oh, you might want to have a talk with the one on fire.
And Hawthorne takes a long drag, and she kind of snuffs it out on the bar top, and she goes, Eddie,
Oh, it's fine.
it's good to see you're up. I'm glad you're not dead. Do you have some bad news? And she starts cracking up as she's getting ready to tell Eddie that they're going to go on another long boat ride.
Fuck! When you're all ready, Zephyr told me that you would end up being a day or so. Once you figure out when you're ready, come grab me at the bunks. And I'll make way and we'll head to the small port town of Monstrum. It's not protected by any kind of relic or flame. It is not the safest of places. However, that is where we're going. And there we'll make port. Aurelion, you have a lot to offer. Any of these folk, they'll take care of you. But remember, you're my first mate, and you have a lot of duties come sail time.
Indeed.
He gives you a kind of a pat on the shoulder and turns around. You notice him kind of walk off, and there's a windkin kind of at the bar. The two of them are discussing some things, and the anchor that he has on his shoulder, he ends up with one arm putting it up above the actual bar itself and kind of anchoring it right there, and kind of just gives a nod of appreciation and then heads on out. Now, I will give a moment for you all to kind of discuss anything and everything. You do have this new person that was just introduced to you. Zephyr will be here shortly. But, do you have anything for Aurelion, or Aurelion, you have any questions? You do know that these are the individuals that saved your father.
Aurelion, huh?
Yes.
I give him because we made like a lot of stew.
Okay.
So I give him like a bowl. I'm like, here, you're gonna need it.
Thank you. You've earned my favor with this.
Go ahead and add 4 temporary health points to your.
Okay.
And we did it. If you want to give an example, Hawthorne.
So I just put dashes in mine, and then whenever I use it, instead
Just
of marking
erase
it,
it.
I just erase it. Do it however you want, though. It is your sheet.
I'm gonna do it that way.
I got a bowl for Zephyr too. When
Okay.
it gets to you.
So, Hawthorne kind of takes another drag out of her brain. She's smoking like a
That's
sour,
also a
on
new thing, by
cigarettes.
the way.
Yes, it is famous six,
Stand-up cigs.
which I can't make as an alchemist.
Oh yeah, you missed a lot.
I'm smoking.
You're just a smoker now. It's great.
Yeah,
Just put this thing, you light it up.
Hawthorne actually, instead of attempting to find like a lighter or like a striker, she does just stick one into Eddie and start pulling on it again. She goes, "Well, what brings you here? I mean, something about your father."
Yes, my father, God rest his soul, sent me off to another realm by myself, disappeared, abandoned our people, but he also might have saved my life. So I'm on a quest to really discover not only who I am, but who he is, and if I should kick his ass or not.
I suppose that's a good story.
Might I ask, what was he like?
I knew him. Hawthorne looks bewildered at this. I knew him.
I would say, Hawthorne, you notice that he has a striking resemblance to the waterkin that was telling everyone to shush and be quiet in the cages.
We did save him, right?
You did.
Okay. So fuck, did we save him? She kind of coughs a little, like trying to like reconcile who who this person is. She was, oh, yes, vaguely. He didn't say a lot. He was a man of few words.
Yes.
Very talkative with his hands, if you will. But he seemed as... she takes another drag and kind of, at this point, is done with her pack that she's made herself. She puts the empty box in her, like a little pocket on her coat on her arm. She goes, well, he was a good man. I haven't seen him since, I guess. She kind of looks around with the other people in the... that were there, and like, we haven't seen him, have we, actually? I know we got him out of whatever hell he was in, but he was a good man. He kept a lot of people safe, and I hope you are the same.
You speak as though he was captured.
He was. He actually helped us find out where the keys were.
Damn.
So we were able to not save everybody, but save most of the people.
Maybe my frustration is misplaced with him.
Well, we could find that out.
I would say at this point, Aurelion, you notice a tall gentleman walking into the room itself. You notice this kind of short, shaggy, black hair, kind of wound up into like a back pony that kind of keeps the hair out of his eyes. 2 wolf-like ears, these kind of piercing yellow eyes, and very scruffy looking, kind of walk into the room. And you notice that he has these tickets in his hand. And he takes a few steps up and kind of almost immediately locks eyes with Aurelion. In Aurelion, there's something inside of you when you lock eyes that gives you a odd sensation of anger when looking at the two. And you notice that it's almost reciprocated. He speaks up. Now, who the fuck are you?
I'm the nephew of the captain.
Oh. And you notice his shoulders kind of relax. You still feel oddly a little on edge still looking at him. Oh, okay. Right. Sorry, I knew that he had a nephew. That he'd be joining us. Well, that kind of explains why he told me to get another voucher. And he holds out these tickets. I need you to all see Malachi here in town. He's a tailor that just arrived. You need to be sea-ready and not in these rags that you're wearing. And he hands you each a voucher. See Malachi to get you some sea weather gear. Let me know when you're done. And he kind of turns around, and there's an odd sense of urgency as he quickly kind of leaves the room itself.
Do.
You each have one free voucher to get yourself some pirate gear. Think about what your character looks like with this attire. It doesn't change your stats. This is more aesthetic.
I can't take armor.
But have that in your mind. You do know. I'm going to say that he had mentioned after 10 o'clock a.m. to go ahead and get that taken care of. Yes, Eddie.
While we're still in the bar,
Yeah,
could I talk to Torrance?
you may.
So, is Torrance with anyone at the moment?
No, Torrent actually kind of gave a wave to Captain Tusk a little bit ago. You notice that he's kind of giving this just a nice proper wipe down. And Aurelion, you see this character with kind of this almost green flowing hair, and there's almost always a cool breeze around him. You almost felt it as you were walking into the room itself, but dressed in almost butler-like attire. What is it, Eddie?
When I first met you, you said that there isn't much of you and I left.
Specifically us, yes.
What did you mean?
Well, you notice as he kind of lets out a big sigh and looks on up, grabs 2 glasses, slides one over to you, keeps one for himself. You notice that he reaches down in and he holds up, kind of cups water, throws it up in the air and swirls it to a speed that becomes so chilled that it becomes ice. And 2 large ice cubes land in the glasses. And he pours out just a little bit of whiskey on the bottom. So, Eddie, the Waterkin, most of them got out. Hence, Siren's Bell. I'm not particularly sure. I feel like you're the only Firekin that I've ever seen since the Calamity, and I've never seen another myself. I think that the Crawling King, when he came, he severed every tie to every plane of existence.
Something happened in that water temple, and it's making me question more than I used to really think about myself.
What happened, if you don't mind me asking? You see him kind of swirling this cup of glass and whiskey, and he takes a sip.
Eddie sets the glass down and he holds his palm out, and in his hand almost like a bonfire engulfs upwards, and he sits there and he kind of just stares at it for a bit and tries to make the formation of that torrent, but it only ever comes out as flame. For a bit, I wasn't hot, if you catch my drift. I wasn't fire.
But fire? Well, that's not possible. Were you just flame off? Did you
No,
no longer a flamer?
I was engulfed in water. And not just like, swimming like everyone else here. I was like a whirlpool.
Well, that's oddly curious. He swigs back the rest of his drink. and kind of tosses it down into the sink. Eddie, do you have any memories of the fire plane?
Nope.
Do you have any memories of the second circle of hell?
No. The only places I remember is here and the void.
The void. You see that his eyebrow raises. How early are those memories? Would you say?
As early as me being a child.
His eyes narrow. I've been to the void only a few times. I do know that that plane of existence is almost time and space itself. There's always a certain residue left on each individual that goes there. Now you notice that his eyes shift from you to Aurelion. There's an imprint that that place has on people. I don't see, at least as you currently stand, that resemblance. There's usually... The void can call it void moisis. It's when the void begins to consume those that live there. And if you take a look at our friend over there, you see in the back of his roots almost a sprouting of white hair. Just a little in the roots. However, I can't see that on you, maybe because you're entirely engulfed in flame.
Well, I turn it off, but it's just hard not being this hot,
Well, that's what one young lady was trying to get after last night, and she wasn't able to succeed.
Oh yeah, we haven't told him yet.
So I'm just sleeping through all the decision making and the good things?
And you hear Hawthorne pipe up. She's like, I told you you were exhausted, and she seemed to take that answer quite well. So perhaps tonight you can get lucky, friend.
Nobody woke me up.
I tried. Well, we tried multiple times before.
Okay.
Eddie, when it pertains to this, I think you should really think back to your time in the void. The fact that you have no memory of that plane makes me worry if you're even from there. Everyone that has come from these planes of existence have memories of it, even if they weren't born there.
Giving me a lot to think about here, Torrance. What is it like
What?
to be one with the wind?
You can see that there is sorrow that is on his face. You're not truly one with your element unless you're in your plane. There's a sense of half of me is here, half of me is long since gone. He looks down and looks at his hands. It's as if everything that I touch, even though I grab a hold of it, I can't feel the texture. I cannot taste the liquid. I can feel the effects of alcohol. I can feel the effects of a woman beneath me. Or a man. But I cannot feel their face. I cannot. It's as if half of my senses are gone. I'm torn from my realm. Do you feel that way?
No.
Then maybe your plane still exists. Whether it be the flames of the hells, the flames of the ethereal plane, or maybe even the void realm. But I do know that every plane of existence was ripped from reality in the source.
With every time that Torrance or someone has mentioned the void, Eddie's flame flickers. And almost like goes out for a split second. In this instance, because we keep forgetting to acknowledge their existence, Jake flickers with it. Jake is my fairy.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, we do have fairies and shit.
That's right.
Damn.
That's interesting. A little nice little tidbit. Well, make use of these a day or two, I think I heard Feeley say. Maybe do some reflecting. Maybe dive a little bit deeper into the void realm. I think the scholars had books about it.
Perhaps. But I think there's other things I'd like to explore before making that decision.
Take your time. We all try to find home at some point in time. Hopefully yours is still here.
With that, Eddie starts to stand from the bar. He hasn't taken a sip from his drink once. And he slides it back over to Torrance. And out of his pocket, he pulls... Where is it?
I'll forever say this is why paper is better.
He takes the Mythril coin out of his pocket, the one from his dream and the one left to him, one of the two things left to him from Colt, other than the guns, and he slides it over to Torrance and goes, for the drink.
He looks at it. He doesn't touch it at first, but he gives a nod and takes the Mythril coin, and you notice that when he stares at it, he smiles. Reminds me of an old patron of mine. And he puts it, there's a little flap underneath his kind of tux, and he folds it in, and he takes the drink and swirls it around and swings it on back, and he puts it away.
Eddie nods, walks over to Hawthorne, and takes a cigarette right out of Hawthorne's mouth and burns it in his hand.
Hawthorne is just like slack-jawed. What the fuck?
You lit it on me.
Alright, I'll give you that.
That being said, before we go to this next chapter, is there anything else that anyone wanted to say, discuss, etc.? You do know that you have what was originally discussed 2 days. Hawthorne, you still have something waiting for you. And you do have, around 10 o'clock, it's not too far from now, some pirate gear to get.
I have a few things I want to get identified.
I was gonna say, can I swing through my shop, pick up my gear, and also go with Oram to identify my coat that I found?
Yeah, absolutely. Did anyone want to run some errands real quick before we go into that? It's not saying nothing that we have to play out. It's just more or less
Yeah, we can
of
just speed
if there's
run.
something that you wanted to do.
Feely does look over. What's your character's name?
Aurelion.
Aurelion. How kind of your uncle to issue Vasco Feely his own squire. Welcome. I could have used a Squire many years ago, but better late than never.
You're a nobleman then.
It's just Sir Vasco Feeley when you speak to me. He's like twirling his staff.
Oh wait, so he's an errand boy.
It appears so, Signority. You can borrow him from time to time.
I'm just like looking between the two.
Like errand boy.
So one thing I haven't asked about my new weapon
Yes.
is with my revolvers, I have infinite bullets to choose from. I will have a bag of plenty. For the shotgun, do I have to manufacture my own shells?
No. You do not.
Can I
But bear in mind,
manufacture special
in
ammo?
order to, and yes, there was a little bit of contemplating about even an alchemist that you may know to create some healing bullets.
Oh yeah, do we want to go over like what all our specialties are?
It's something to actually kind of bear in mind. So Aurelion, I'll let everyone let out what their specialties are and what the foundation trait is, just so you're aware of the balance of your party. We'll start with Oram, and then we'll make our way around over to Feeley afterwards.
Like our class, you mean?
Chef.
Oh, chef. I cook stuff. And then, you got the temporary hit points, but it can be like other things too, like attack buffs or,
Depending on as you get
Yeah.
more in depth and learn more recipes.
Yeah.
But bear in mind, you do have to maybe enlist in a courier or something like that, or get ingredients to make that happen. Go ahead, Eddie.
I am a weaponsmith. Once per short rest, at least for right now, I can sharpen your weapon. And then for one attack, it'll add a d4 to its damage.
Yeah.
Hawthorne is an alchemist. Basically, she can cook essentially minor potions. If she gets her hands on the correct ingredients, and also she has the recipes to make
And cigarettes, apparently.
and cigarettes.
Yeah, we learned that recipe beforehand.
Speaking of which, I do need pickups.
And then, of course, Feeley.
And Sir Vasco Feeley, he's a blacksmith.
Yes.
Armor smith, technically. So I can just like upgrade your armor like for a temporary boost for your armor.
Kind of increase your armor slots that you have.
Okay.
So right now you have 4. But like if you take damage and you decide to reduce that damage, during a short rest or long rest, Feeley can roll a die to be able to repair that on the spot.
Okay.
Which actually reminds me, in addition to my other 2 things I learned, can I also go to an alchemist shop and pick up some ingredients?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to do too much.
So we'll go ahead and since for the most part, was there anything else that anyone else wanted to do?
When it comes to like in the
Basically,
bar,
prior to going to get your attire.
just the identifying.
Okay,
That's it
absolutely.
for me.
So, Hawthorne, you end up getting from the Bugbear that upgraded mask. Now, that mask, it was basically transferring the stats on over and then adding kind of a lightning bolt, if I recall.
Correct, yeah. Instead of converting it from a mask of yin and yang, commanding it to almost like an emblem of Ramza.
Emblem of Razmus. Yes. You notice that the Bugbear kind of brings up that she wanted to keep the original artistry. So, even though there is, what is the sigil of Ramza
I had not thought of that.
in your mind's eye?
I would say it's essentially like an old oak tree grown in the center, getting struck by lightning.
Ah, I like that. You notice that with that being struck by lightning, the top half still has that golden color, and the bottom half where it strikes almost like as if burning marks, it's engraved in black. So it has the original artistry that vision that you had of yin and yang, but almost an evolution of from darkness to light as the bolt strikes down on the sigil.
Hell yeah.
In terms of identifications, now this is going to be a fun little feat. I need, for each identified item as you go over to the scholars, I need you all to have a D4, those that are getting identified items. So I think it's just you two.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
so I don't think anyone else.
This will dictate what stats are going to be on these items. Oram, what are you bringing on over?
So I have this ivory dagger and this blue dragon crest.
Okay. You notice that one of the scholars that are there, very nerd type. You see this little gnome. He has a scholar cap as if he had graduated. The robe that he wears, way too long. But he has this giant book in front of him. And he's, alright, so you have what? That dagger's a piece of shit. Throw it away. It's not magical.
Keeps it.
Back at the door.
What else you got? What's this talisman? Oh, this looks quite nice. He kind of bites a little bit of it, licks it.
The scholars are weird folk.
I need you to go ahead and roll a d4 to kind of dictate what stats are on there.
Okay.
I have in my brain what those are.
Please. Hey, can we roll your d4?
Oh yeah.
It's a
It doesn't matter.
1 does this, 2 does this, 3
Okay,
does
gotcha.
this, 4 does this.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. So for that amulet, as he begins to lick the backside of it like a child licking a window,
I'll just stare at Hawthorne.
and he looks up at it. He kind of shows like candlelight, and you notice that his glasses are like thick. They almost look like he's looking through some bottles. He states that this is an amulet of the Dragon King Leviathan.
Yo.
That's pretty cool.
Once per long rest, you're able to grip a hold of it, and a fountain will pour out of it, which will give you 2 HP to heal.
Once per long rest.
Once per long rest. Hawthorne,
Yes.
as you approach with your items,
Yes.
he straightens up a little bit. He notices that you're wearing the crest itself. With that, only 1s and 2s count. It's narrowed down to the better stats.
Okay. So the only item I have to be identified was the cloak, like kind of inscribed with Elvish writing on it.
Okay.
That I found in the temple.
He kind of grips a hold of it and he like throws it out onto a table. He hops off his stool and kind of goes on down and then takes a look at it. He begins to kind of look at the elven engravement. This is the leather-bound. It's a very particular item here. And he adjusts his glasses. I need you to go ahead and roll a d4. No matter what, it'll be technically 1 of 2. 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. They're not all 4 separate things.
That is a 3.
It is 3. So that means, okay. This particular item is a leather duster of a Captain Sea King. This particular thing allows you to swim freely underwater without any discomfort,
Okay.
as well as allows you to get a +1 to finesse. It has the same stats as superior leather armor, which I believe are 7 and 14.
Gotcha.
Would wearing this deactivate bare bones?
It would deactivate it. Or it more would be, actually no, your bare bones would override it.
Okay. Gotcha. Sounds good. You said +1 finesse?
Yes, +1 to finesse if you are to wear it.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Okay.
Good to see you, Mort. Bye. And she like kind of shuffles away quite quickly.
Bye! Kind of, you notice as he tries to just wave away. That being said, we're going to go ahead and we all are going to fast forward to kind of keep us on track. I'm going to start with Feeley, then Aurelion. But you all make your way to this. It looks like it was abandoned. However, it's being renovated. You notice a big spindle kind of just ovulating over and over and over again. Ovulating. you step in and oh my god, something's wrong.
There's just like little spools falling.
Yeah, exactly. Just dripping. Yeah, but just continuously just spinning. You notice on the inside a very particular individual. You see an elven male, kind of slick back hair, one purple eye, and one blue eye, dressed in immaculate attire. He gives a quick bow as you enter on in, and once again to try and accelerate this so that we can kind of get on with the story. In your mind's eye, I hope you've this entire time been envisioning what this looks like to you. Remember that this is particularly for Flair. Your gear is all the same. Feeley, as you approach into this place, you see this gentleman who is in there and gives a quick bow to you. Oh, I see that you have a I see that you have a voucher from that handsome devil Zephyr. I heard that you were supposed to get some pirate attire, yeah?
This is correct.
What can I do for you? Sir Ribbit. What should I call you?
Sir Vasco Feely.
Sir Vasco Feely. Oh, very good. I love a man in armor. Now let's take armor off, and we're going to go ahead and put you into. We're going to go ahead and put you into some more dastardly leathers. What are we putting on you?
Sir Vasco Feely will not remove his father's arm. He looks around and he sees a taxidermied green bird on the wall. Vasco Feely will take that. He just grabs the bird, gives him the voucher, slaps the bird on his pauldron.
You want me to sew him onto you? He'll stay in combat, yeah.
Vasco Feely agrees to this.
Okay. If you could, Mr. Tidekin, sit in our waiting room. I need you to go ahead and come over here. He adjusts you and begins to kind of sew the feet of this taxidermy bird onto your left pauldron. Would you like a bandana or anything? For sweat.
Vasco Feely does not sweat. Help out my Squire. He needs some new fixings.
Oh, it's a Squire. Oh, yeah. Come here. Okay, stand up. And he kind of puts you up. And he's a tall man, probably close to Hawthorne's height, around 7 feet. Thin, though. Kind of almost has this, not sickly look about him, but he begins to kind of measure. Now, what are we going to go ahead and do for you, young Squire?
What is the biggest hat you have?
Do you want something? He leans in with a big feather.
I would love something with a big feather.
You know what? Someone with a Squire must have a big feather. Why don't you have a big hat? Missed opportunity. Anyway, goodbye. You used your flyer. Come here. And he creates this, he has a big, triangular hat. Almost musketeer-like. And it has this almost kind of this purple, large feather out of it, and it's kind of trimmed. It looks like it would be something that a noble would use in maybe the older lands, or even something that you might have seen while you were in the void. Just the fashion, oddly, is a little bit different. Something that you're more used to, but nothing that you've seen people walk around with. And he sets it on your head. Oh yeah, this is good. This is good. Bends it a little to try and get it in. What about this here?
I was thinking something quite minimal. You see, I have to be able to maneuver
Wrong.
well.
With the hat? No! Get yourself strapped in, son. He adds on to your attire.
Okay.
So what he does, because you're already wearing gray leathers, he ends up basically almost like a half duster, kind of going down one leg. You notice that he ends up cutting open some of the leather to add flexibility and also ventilation underneath, kind of where the pit is, to allow that to breathe.
Because Aurelion does sweat.
He does,
Yeah.
unlike Feely. He ends up kind of giving you basically where your pauldrons would end, a almost slit open but tied together with leather bands, almost like a trench coat like pirate sleeve.
Okay.
But there's skin being revealed underneath where you can see the kind of the green and the red lines that go from where you are.
Okay.
But kind of like almost like a half duster off to one side. So there you are.
This will do. This will do quite well.
I have an eye for things. If you're going to go ahead and give me a large hat, we're not here to be able to pussy around. Okay? Bold as a squire to him. You have to shine where he likes to keep it modest.
Yes, yes. Sir Froggy is quite the man.
Sir
That's Sir
Feeley,
Roscoe Feely to you.
if you be so kind. Now, my dear,
Hello.
what can I get for you?
Hawthorne kind of describes like a long, like red coat, essentially, with like long tails, and then like almost like a leather binding, like top, to kind of like cover. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Let's go ahead and get that. Now, I need extra material for the breasts. We'll go ahead and stretch this over. It's going to be a little binding. Are you okay with that?
That is okay.
Okay, what about the corset underneath?
Of course.
We're going to tie it?
Very.
Very tight. Very good. The strong gentleman over here, come here. I need another pair. I have dainty hands. Pull this corset back for me.
Okay.
Pull it back.
Go ahead and give me a strength.
Yeah, get a strength check. Let's go ahead and roll a strength check. See how tight it is.
Oh god, let's see if Hawthorne loses
Oh
life.
my god. That's a 9 with fear.
He slaps your hand and girl pulls it back. But it is very elegant. So you have this kind of dash of red. It's a deeper red than your own fur. However, there is almost black lace interwoven with the actual attire, especially with where the corset is. And you notice as the tip of the actual coat, you notice kind of this black lace leading up. And he inserts over, and you notice that he ends up making almost like folds that kind of cup the top of the skeletal structure of the wings themselves, and they hook where the bone kind of struts out. But it's very movable. They kind of interlock and move as if it just gives you a nice little layer to that.
Hell yeah.
Now it's the wimpy one. All right.
Hey!
Hey, I'm not the flamer here.
Hawthorne, as she's stepping down, does hand the leather sea captain's duster to what's his name? The Altier. What's his name?
Wait, who? Oh, the
Tailor, yeah.
Oh, you, Malachi.
Malachi. I hand that to Malachi and say, "Give it to this one."
You just want to wear this? Is that it?
I
You come here with the voucher and she just gives me this? What are you doing with this?
Glad I'm not that guy.
You're already wearing leather. You want more leather?
yes.
Laced to the leather.
White leather?
Would you like white leather?
No.
Okay, because I'd have to go find a basket, and I'm not going to do that this hour.
Could we sew pockets to the inside of this duster?
You don't have pockets already?
No.
Oh, you're...
I don't normally
come
go
here, come
swimming
here.
in
And he
water.
pulls you over. He ends up taking off the duster. He puts it on. However, what he ends up doing, there's this conversation in between. Like, is this important to you? This is woven leather. This isn't normal that you have currently here, and this is magically enchanted, yeah, but it is very different. How important to you is this duster that you are currently wearing?
This is
Man to flamer.
my life. This is my being. This is all I am. Without this duster, I am nothing.
I see. He can actually, through clothing, through self-expression, we are who we are based on what we reflect out. This is you. I respect that. Would you let me make alterations with the things that the young maiden had given for me.
Absolutely. So long as I can store my weaponry in a non-wet environment.
So we want to make it nice and sealed. We're going to go ahead and seal up your back pocket, yeah? Very good. We're going to go ahead and make it a compartment. And he makes basically, with the leathers that Hawthorne provided, on the inside of your jacket, you do notice that there is... It is basically... You can put your two guns, not on like a strap or anything of that nature, but they are almost floating underneath and in between your actual jacket itself. So they're kind of hanging there, not attached to you, but attached to the jacket. So if you were to take out both of your pistols, it's ready to go. However, the shotgun, almost like a quiver, he ends up making on the backhand side of your jacket, keeping it detached because it's so important to you. However, the elven engravings are on the back of basically this quiver for your shotgun on the back, if you were to use it.
So you do get +1 to fitness.
+1 to
And
fitness.
as he's handing the ticket over, he goes, one more thing. I need a bigger hat than that.
The two of you are holding on to the ticket.
I
You want a bigger ones than him?
need a bigger hat than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really into it.
And you get, describe this hat for me.
So, take your standard, like, swashbuckler hat,
Yeah.
and then enlargen it by, like, 3.
It's big.
It is, like,
It's almost
as
an
broad
umbrella.
as Eddie's shoulders.
He's into it. He customize it out, and just for flair, you have a bigger feather.
I like to imagine he puts the feather on there and it immediately ignites.
He puts it on there, and it's made to be the same kind of color as your cloak itself, your wyvern jacket. But yes, it is like comically large. You can tell where he made the basically extensions to make it work and things of that nature.
Eddie doesn't even take off his other hat. It just sits on top of it.
He's like, there you go. Very good. Very good. And he
Thank
turns to
you.
Feeley compensating. All right. Next over here, the strong man.
Oram druid or something like this because I'm not good.
Okay. Okay.
Good at.
Something like that. Do you like the color, or do we not like the color?
Maybe.
I don't like the color. You're gonna go ahead and wear purple. But similar attire. So you now have this kind of belt going across that has different pockets, basically for whatever ingredients that you decide to pick up, whether it be for cooking and things of that nature. Kind of some leather trousers, kind of a nice baggy linen shirt that is like a deep, kind of almost bluish looking purple attire, and get you all outfitted. Okay. Okay. Now, bugger off unless you wish to pay for more money.
Hawthorne drops 2 handfuls of gold and picks up just a simple swashbuckler's hat on her way out.
Oh, see, it's a trend. Are you sure you don't want to?
Oscar Feeley refuses these hats.
You know what? He's a man of determination, and he's got his servant boy to be able to help us. Squire. Sorry, that's just the
Can I
word.
see the picture you had, by the way? I want to see what this kind of...
Wait, what?
Everyone has a hat. Very good.
I
Oh,
don't
wait,
have a
no,
hat.
you don't have a hat.
I don't need one.
You don't want a hat?
As we're walking out of the building and we're out of sight, I kind of take my hat, or I take the oversized hat off and I place it on Feely's head, and
It's comical.
I know you wanted it this
He
time.
almost looks like a musketeer. Just like, I'm going to age myself, but there is the Mickey Mouse Musketeer movie.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, where they were trying on the larger hat.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the visual, just this little frog man with that. Okay, that being said, you all have technically the rest of the day for yourselves. You can either we can accelerate to being on our way down south, or B, you're able to go ahead and do a little bit more role playing before we extend out. Now bear in mind, Aurelion, I know that This is an established group. You're trying to find your footing. It might feel a little odd. I'm going to put you on the spot to kind of break the ice.
Okay.
So as you guys are comparing hat sizes and making your way down, you come across like on the inside of this town itself. Now this town, there is a giant, almost lake-like structure in the shape of a bell, hence its name. You're accustomed to a dark night, but it is so dark and there is a single star in the sky. Now when you were in the Void Realm, there were stars everywhere. Everywhere. And there was a giant moon that kind of kept the place illuminated. But here, everything seems to be lit up by torches and lamps and things of that nature. You notice that there is just no sun. You barely remember who you are. You barely remember who your family is. I'm going to go ahead and, to break the ice, from the things that we interacted with as well as the things that I typed, I want you to tell your captain-in-arms one fact about Aurelion. So the two of you are kind of walking back, and you notice Feeley adjusting and almost trying to feed the bird. As you kind of go on, and you've established some kind of connection with Feeley, in good or bad or in positive,
Yes.
good, bad, or indifferent. Tell him one fact about Aurelion, and I'm going to have you have almost a one-off with everything.
Well, the oldest memory that I have, well, technically I should remember my childhood, but the first thing that I really can remember is somehow drowning in a tube to a goo.
Drowning?
Yeah.
How does a fish drown?
This is some weird goo.
Interesting.
You ever been in goo before?
Feeley does not.
Let's go for
I don't recommend.
Where was the goo?
It was deep in another realm entirely, in a place I cannot speak of.
You cross realms. Not bad for a squire.
Indeed, yes. Everything has led me here to you.
Destiny. Maybe one day you will be a knight as well.
You know what? I like the sound of that.
10 years, squire service.
We'll get you in there.
Yeah.
I'll put in a good word.
You have to check this checklist. You have one accepting squire reluctantly. Parentheses.
Slaying a dragon.
Slaying a dragon is at the very end.
And there's about 18,000 things in between.
All right. You guys kind of have this little offbeat conversation, and Aurelion, you kind of think back even to those moments of just your time in that tube, and that moment of what felt like moment, might have been years, might have been months, who knows, might have been hours. That feeling of waking up pain, falling asleep due to pain, passing out, being experimented on. You kind of have a quick flashback. And I'll say that Hawthorne, being as inquisitive as you are, you notice as Aurelion kind of lowers his pace, as Feely kind of continues to jaunt forward. And you take note of this. And Aurelion, I want you to give another fact to Hawthorne as she walks on up. I won't let it be too organic, but just kind of give one fact and then we'll see how that plays out.
The red scales that you see, I was not born with those scales. They appeared after being blessed by these otherworldly people, giving special powers.
You do notice that underneath, like the actual, like kind of trench, the big pirate captain-y kind of cuff that happens right there. You notice like almost a thin line that traces where his veins are, kind of go on down and throughout. And you do notice they are slightly raised by comparison to the rest of them being flush.
I'm assuming you weren't born with those, like I wasn't born with these. And she kind of gestures, kind of tilts her head back to her wings, Do you... I know a thing or two about mutations, my friend, but I got to ask, did you catch a glimpse of the people that gave you these, or did they just kind of happen?
I might have. Who's asking?
Hawthorne kind of looks around. Me.
Maybe one day I will tell you about the other world, but I've been sworn to secrecy by my peers.
I'm in the secret club.
I'm literally in a
to a
secret
different
club.
school. Well, perhaps one day I can tell you the good word of Ramza.
Lord
I'll tell you the good word of Mephiston. Yeah. He's a pretty cool dude.
Pretty good. Perhaps we can share war stories.
You have many to tell over the time that you were down there.
Yes.
All right. I would say that, Aurelion, you think back to the moment of, not exactly with that conversation with Mephisto, but the moment where you saw all of the, in his room, just tears in almost blood stains throughout all of the room itself. You think back to that moment.
Yep.
You look up at the single star that is in the sky, and as you're walking, you bump into Eddie. Share one fact about Aurelion to Eddie, who is also a elemental in some way, shape, or form. Obviously on fire.
You ever fought a half spider lady and her schizophrenic husband?
No.
Feely, that perks your ears.
Yeah, because I have. Shit gets crazy. Down there in the void. Sounds like you've been there once or twice, buddy.
You know, you talk too fondly of the void. I don't think I like you.
The void's what's comfortable. I was raised in it.
That's what you think.
You merely adopted the void. I was born in it.
Once again, with every mention of the void, Eddie flickers a bit, and so does Jake as he kind of swings around him.
As you swing around, you notice that Malachi comes running out and, "You forgot your underwear, Flamer!" And he runs out and gives it over to you.
It's a thong.
Yeah.
It's a bright red thong.
It's a bright- yeah,
Eddie's
why-
like holding it against like the tip of his finger. He's like, I have no idea what this is.
You don't wear underwear? Whose is this?
Let's go, Feeley.
Oh!
Tusk said to do this.
Didn't realize you're disrobed. Okay, goodbye. At this point in time, through that interaction, you notice that immediately as you kind of turn around, you notice Oram kind of looking at the bell itself that is in the water, kind of like almost exactly cut out a lake in the shape of a bell. Hundreds of yards, the town itself, this kind of is in the center. You see him kind of looking out into the water itself, and him fidgeting and pinching this rock that seems to be glowing. Let me go ahead and have you have one last fact about Aurelion. Break the ice.
Well, it's very hazy. I don't really know too much, but they say that my father's the one that brought me to the void, and I hope I'm here seeking him. He left me a note telling me to come find him.
Where at?
What's the place called?
Illitin.
Illitin. He told me to find him in Illitin.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Illitin is where we're heading.
You do know that from the Tusk to letting you know that this party was heading that way to get acquainted.
Were you ever there on the surface before the relic was found? The one that saved humanity.
I need you to go ahead and roll an instinct roll for me, so you do your hope and fear dice.
A 18 with hope.
18 with hope. So you feel this sharp pain. It starts at the base underneath your right ear, and it kind of sharpens up almost as if claws just extended out like a cat's tearing into your brain and then coming back. And there's this painful experience as you're trying to remember, but you do remember that you were in a small settlement down below the Underdark. And there, predominantly fishing, predominantly a lot of people that were just barely getting by, and you remember starving. One thing you do remember, though, in this particular settlement, that there were a lot of orcs, and there were a lot of ribbons.
Whoa.
But that's really all that you are able to define as this memory reconnects to your cerebral cortex.
I remember many greenskins back in my childhood. Many creatures, all with quite strange complexions, but I would imagine that things couldn't have gotten worse than the way they were. It was just so dark, and we were all so hungry.
I will say that Oram, you do notice on his back, similar to what you're wearing right now, a crystal weapon. Similar to your crystal weapon, similar to Eddie's crystal weapon.
Wait. Let me see that real quick. And I pull out my weapon too.
Okay.
And
Describe
I'm gonna show
it for
him.
him.
What? So, this axe, or on the sides, is red, like blood red. It's all crystal right there. And then in the center, so it's like one side, it's like crystal. And then it has like a weird like little tip spike, and then like a present like blade from the other side.
Okay.
And then like it's like a like the
A
shaft.
nice two-handed-
yeah, it's like a battle axe.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a two.
I'm not really. Yeah, it's like a two-handed big battle axe.
Interesting.
Your weapon's crystal too.
Indeed, yes. They look quite similar.
I would say that when you take out your spear to kind of show him, the two of them glow for just a second.
Do you know how that weapon was made?
Not at all. It's something, quite frankly, that I just took from my father.
So, this weapon, and I pull it out, I got when we were doing the temple. There was a thing where we have to sacrifice. It was a whole ordeal, but in order to obtain the weapon, we had to overcome a trial. And then I was able to do it again with the temple that we were just at.
Okay.
So, I don't know if your father has been to the temple before or not, but that is a relic weapon.
Interesting. He is... Unfortunately, my memories are still quite foggy, and beyond the few glimpses of my childhood, my past, I know not the kind of man that he is.
Well, hopefully you'll find your answers.
Thank you.
So that being said, I'm going to say that we're going to accelerate time. Say what?
I need to shop. I need
Oh
to
yeah.
have
So in terms of the ingredients that you need, I would say you do notice that Hawthorne kind of makes it a divergence. You end up visiting the little goblin girl.
Can I go with her too? I just need.
I'm gonna
one
say
of-
everybody is
Okay,
together.
cool.
Now, in terms of like things that you want, here what they have in stock. Okay, and you guys each have. I would say, Aurelion. I didn't explain this and I forgot about it. You have, I think, a couple bags and a few coins underneath your coin. There we go. So, if you wish to restock prior to making your journey down to Monstrum,
Yes.
there's a few things that the little goblin girl has. She has remaining. Feeley bought up a whole bunch of them last time, but she has 2 health potions. Remember you didn't get that. We have to re-explain currency to Eddie. I figured out. I was doing it wrong. Your currency is still the same.
Okay.
Also, give him the bags that he got. He ended up getting. He wasn't there,
He got
but he
4.
got 3 because Zephyr ended up giving his share to the people that were here, and he only had 3 bags.
Gotcha. So you got 3 more bags.
That being said, 2 health potions available, 2 stamina potions available, a potion of vitality, as well as numerous ingredients to be able to make certain things. Now, that being said, take a look at your inventory, think about what you need on this journey ahead.
Stamina does stress, right?
Stamina does stress, it clears stress, and these are proper stamina potions, not minor. So instead of a D4, you'll use a D6 to heal.
Proper health potion?
Proper health potion.
How many stamina did you say there were?
So there's 2 technically in each. Now, Hawthorne, you're the one to kind of bring this in. What were you looking for here?
I want specifically looking for 3 things.
Okay.
Actually, yes, 4 things.
4 things. Okay.
I'm looking for elf root.
She does have that.
Maiden's kiss.
She does have that.
Alchemical powder.
Does have that.
And green tobacco.
She did give the tobacco resources that she had.
That's right, yes.
The night prior to. But she does have those 2 other things.
Earth
3
powder
other things.
would be the other thing.
3 other things.
Yeah, 3 things.
Okay.
Does she have earth powder? Or earth root, my apologies.
Earth, she does. So,
Give me a price.
all right. So, depending on, or are you just looking of one of each?
I want to buy as much as I can of each.
Okay.
I want to go bankrupt.
So, first item, she has 2 of them. So the root,
2 elf root. Okay.
2 alpha. She has 1 of the second item,
Maiden's kiss.
Maiden's Kiss. 3 of the third item,
Perfect. 3 alchemical powder.
and 3 of the last.
Okay. How much would it be for all of them?
All of those things would equate to it in the quantity. If you're
Yep.
doing the whole quantity, it would be 1 bag.
I want to buy it all.
Okay. Go ahead and add that to your inventory.
Which
Remove
was
1 bag.
Remind me counts again.
Fuck.
I think it was 3, 1.
It was 2,
It was 2,
1,
1,
3,
3.
3.
Gotcha. Thank you. I will clear that bag.
Okay. Go ahead and remove that bag. Anyone else want any other items?
So, could I get I need a health potion and I need a stamina potion.
Health potion and stamina
Is that
potion?
okay with you guys? I think there's still another health potion and stamina potion left in her stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you need a stamina, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's another one that she has, right? Is what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you
So
got
you'd be looking at 8 handfuls, which is almost a full bag. So if you did remove 1 bag and just added 2 handfuls.
Okay.
Go ahead and add that to your inventory. And you wanted a stamina potion?
Yes.
Okay. That would just be 4 handfuls.
So healing. That's a D6, you said?
That'll be a D6, yes, for stamina.
How much will that health potion cost?
The last health potion will end up being 4 handfuls.
4 handfuls?
And Hawthorne, did you explain that, the new currency?
Yes. So
Okay.
basically, if you fill that all the way up now, you get a bag. If you fill all your bags, you get a chest.
Makes way more sense.
I've known that the whole time.
Yeah, but I was dumb.
Does she have a like cookbook for dummies or whatever, beginner's guide to cooking?
She does not have a beginner guide to cooking.
Okay.
Alchemy and things of that nature, but you already found one for
So what should you
Hawthorne.
have in there?
Would she happen to have any raw fish or seafood?
So you are able to inquire that actually at the basically the seafood market.
Okay.
If you wanted to go ahead and gather up raw fish, basically you end up getting 2 fish for the cost of 1 handful.
Okay.
Where could I go to get a beginner's guide
To cooking?
to cooking?
Scholars.
Scholars, can I just go there and get one real quick?
With Hawthorne's help, I'd say that you end up getting a discount. You'd just be looking at 6 handfuls.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. And just so everyone is aware, if we end up needing any potions or anything like that, I can make a minor potion of healing, and I can make as many stamina 6 as we want.
I also have a bunch.
Wait.
I also have a bunch of healing abilities that just jack up my stress.
That's why you need the
jacking it,
stamina.
I'm jacking it.
You're jacking
He's
it?
jacking
Yeah.
it hard.
That's what I was doing while they were giving you the clothes. While you were grabbing your parrot, I was jacking it.
stress.
Yeah.
It's a stressful jack.
Okay, so just beginner's handbook.
Typing on land.
Beginner's handbook. It comes with
Gotta release
2
the
recipes.
stress.
Okay, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Okay. So that being said, tonight, if we are going to go ahead and partake, there's a few things that I want us all to do. I need everybody. I'm going to say that the night goes well. There's celebration. Is there anything that anyone wanted to do specifically before proper nighttime?
Do you want to fade to black?
Do I want to fade to black?
Like,
You want to get shit-faced?
If I get shit faced, I'm not getting laid, so let's do it.
I mean, like, do you want to get laid as in fade to black is what I was implying.
Oh.
Not by
Sure.
her. We would like to clarify that.
Okay, so this will kind of dictate what happens tonight. I need everyone to go ahead and take
Don't
out their
fuck it
hope
up.
and fear dice. This is going to be... Actually, you know what?
Don't
No,
fuck it up.
we'll do hope and fear. Hope. Now, I want everyone to know. Hope means one thing, fear means another. Doesn't mean fear is bad, just so you know. It just means you have one of 2 things that are going to happen to you tonight. We're going to go start with the skadoosh, Feely.
17 hope.
17 hope. Hope for Feely. Keep that in your brain, just in case I forget. Hope.
13 hope.
Hope in your brain.
13 hope.
Hope in your brain. Eddie? Fear. Fear in your brain.
He's fucked.
Hope.
Hope. Okay. Let me describe this to you. Feely, you had hope. Tonight goes out without a hitch. I'm going to say that you end up going around in the middle of the night to expedite things. You get a successful feed in your blood point.
Oh yeah.
You end up finding this individual oddly sightseeing on top of the bell, on top of basically the scholars, the scholars like cathedral that's here in town. I do need you, however, to roll once again hope and fear.
Skadoosh. 16 hope.
16 hope.
Or, my bad, I'm retarded.
You're-
19 hope.
19 hope. The body's
I'm dyslexual.
yeah. The body's gone. Just managed to get it
Stuff it in the middle.
well away from society. They're not going to be missed.
Sick.
So a successful feed point for
Probably a
you.
minority or something.
Well,
I feel he enjoys the minority.
Aurelion, with hope, you get this vision in the middle of the night where you see your father. You see him going through this tundra-like cave. He has a sister, your sister, with her, and he's navigating this cave. This cave has almost like mirrors, this ice that is reflective of both him and your sister, him and his sister. And you notice that as you're almost out of your body in this moment, you see them get to a point where they see themselves just echo over and over and over and over, almost like a fun house of ice in their reflections. And out of the hundreds of images that are there, I need you to roll your D20, your fated dice, destiny dice.
It's a 20.
A natural 20? Fantastic. So that being said, out of the hundreds of images of them just standing there, your dad holding onto your sister's hand, in one of the images, a reflection of your sister looks at them. And because you rolled a natural 20, I'm going to continue the story. She looks at them. Your father doesn't notice or anything like that, and your sister seems absurdly scared. where she's at. And she seems to notice the one looking back at her. Something comes out of the ice itself. And you see this creature crawl and drag them into the ice. When they get pulled in, you get flashes of memories, flashes of regret, flashes of your father specifically facing the sins of his life as if it was a lifetime. And you wake up. Hawthorne with hope. In the middle of the night, you end up drunkenly, maybe, going to sleep.
She's crossed.
She's
been
a
hitting the
little
stamina
crossfaded.
6
You sit there and the world is spinning. Now this is with hope. Spinning. And you notice clouds kind of, you're not sure if you're tripping or what, but you see clouds kind of go above you, kind of resting on the ceiling itself. You instinctually reach out once again, just kind of like you did as you bursted out of the ocean itself. Your hand is met with Rams's hand as if it was just a quick memory. But something happens that you don't expect. Almost in stereo. Left to right, left to right. You hear the whispers. Has she forgotten? No, she hasn't. She's still here. We're still here. We are one. Left, right, left, right.
Okay.
And floating onto Eddie with fear. Eddie, I need you to roll your destiny dice for me.
11 to 20, you get pussy. I'm just kidding.
11 to 20, you get pussy. 1 to 10, you get dicked.
Oh God. Dicked.
14.
14. Okay. So that being said, Eddie, in the middle of the night, to expedite things, just to kind of keep it relatively there, you do meet up with this particular mistress in the middle of the night. It is something that you were not expecting. You kind of expected casual sex. You kind of expected like a good hookup. This was a little, with fear, this was a little bit kinkier than you were expecting.
You got pegged?
No,
She got the chance.
you didn't get to, but there were, I'll let your brain imagine, chains were involved, a chair was involved,
Jesus.
you being forced to lower your flame, ignite your flame at certain point in times. It was probably with the role that you had with your Destiny guys. Probably one of the better sex experiences that you had. But you didn't think that you were really into that until now. Do with that with what you will.
Damn.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Or not Eddie. Oram. You had rolled
Eddie, round
with...
2.
Yeah, Eddie round 2. Again.
It's time to go for the brother.
It's the boyfriend.
Oram with hope. In the middle of the night, you kind of sit there sipping on a drink, and Zephyr kind of appears, and the two of you have this conversation. The two of you talk about a few things. Talk about basically where you're headed. You gather from Zephyr that Monstrum, being a place that is not protected by any kind of protection from the Crawling King, is a fairly dangerous place. The people that live there are fairly dangerous. You find out that the journey, the voyage that you're going to be going on is going to be relatively safe up to a certain point. He's already gathered intel when it comes to where the Crawling King's essence was burned out of the ocean and where that ends and where to begin to brace for combat. That being said, you didn't really drink much. You had a lot of things on your mind. But in the middle of the night when you fall asleep, you feel the soft hands of an elven woman cupping your jaw. You open your eyes up in your dream, and you're immediately met with a stone face, petrified for what looks like wear and tear of almost centuries. You notice that the hands are soft, but they eventually re-petrify around your jaw. When that happens, you begin to not being able to breathe and then be almost like the petrification begins to spread into your own skin, and you wake up in a night terror.
That was with hope. Could you imagine with fear?
You become stone.
I got pegged too.
Yeah. So the morning takes you. All of you, I'm going to go ahead and keep the stat of temporary health. You don't have to erase that. We're going to keep that going.
Thank you, GM.
Because that was a good roll.
Thank you, GM.
Good food.
Good food, yeah, good food. Lasts forever.
Good price for good price.
All right. That being said, today is Voyage Day, and I'm sorry that I'm expediting this a little bit. I just kind of want to get you guys to the story, at least to the destination. So, in the morning, you see once again Zephyr. Aurelion, I would say you're the first to kind of wake up. You're not sure how time works here, being in the void. It's a little different. But you do notice that the wolf-like appearance of a man is sitting at the bar in the morning, enjoying a whiskey. This individual that you saw, and you immediately lock eyes again. He kind of nods over to you, gestures to sit next to him. What was your name?
Aurelion.
Aurelion.
Don't believe we've met before.
Didn't have a moment. I apologize for leaving so quick. It's, sorry. Something about you put me on edge for a minute.
Interesting.
He gestures over at your hands. You have a lot of blood on those. You look down at your own hands for a second. You notice, just for a flash, almost similar to when you saw Mephisto with his hands crossed over themselves. A flash of just your hands drenched in blood.
Interesting.
I overheard and got some intel about you from Tusk. You were in the void for a while.
Indeed, yeah. Just kind of woke up there one day.
What'd they do to you? You see his eyes kind of narrow.
I think the better question is, why do you want to know?
Simple enough. I was tortured, mutated, killed, brought back to life, killed, brought back to life, over and over and over and over and over again. And you have the stench of someone that's been brought back several times.
I don't really... I guess I always just assumed that I didn't remember what happened, but when you put it that way, what I do remember is just going in and out over and over again for a time period I can't imagine. Going from darkness to everything being overwhelming around me and back to darkness again.
Do you remember the green?
Yes.
So they did.
Yeah.
Alright. He straightens up. Hands you over whiskey. So, What did that cunt of a wizard tell you?
Well, he didn't tell me a whole lot, but he promised purpose and fulfillment, and he gave me a role and told me to kind of set me on a path to find out who I am and what I can do.
How long ago was your mutation?
Probably a month ago at this point.
Alright. That explains why you don't have. He gestures a little bit to himself. You do notice, basically, under his collarbone, a tattoo of a numeral 1.
Interesting.
And you kind of look down, and you look, and you have the tattoo of a 6. 6th generation. So you don't turn like I do.
What do you mean?
Have you ever drank in a vial of an essence?
No, not really. They, for the most part, keep me away from that kind of stuff.
You will take on certain traits.
Interesting.
It'll mutate you. However, you don't gain any of the physical properties. As an example, he holds out his arm. You notice this gash right here. A mutation happened when I take a essence of the wolf. Fur erupts, claws extract out. Unfortunately, sometimes they stick, and he flicks his ear. You notice the ears on top. I heard that generations after mine didn't do that.
I don't really. Unfortunately, there's not much closure I can give you. I was pretty much, from how you put it, brought back and immediately sent off to work. So,
at this point in time, Feeley, you come on down. You notice that the two are sitting up front at the bar, and there's Torrance is basically kind of already serving them beer, or serving them alcohol. Kind of wander around and make your way towards them. I heard a little rumor you got a squire.
So you're Zephyr, you met my new squire. What do you think?
I think that you couldn't find a better machine to do your job for you.
The squire's doing just fine. Squire,
yes.
my boots need polishing. He doesn't wear boots at all. He just tosses you a dirty pair of boots.
Of course. Whatever I can do.
You see what I mean, Zephyr?
You know what? People like him were made to be able to take orders.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I hope that you're able to break out of that. He gets up and throws up his drink. Eventually you'll remember everything that they did to you. And he gets up and kind of steps outside for a second. At this point in time, Eddie, you end up rising up, and you notice that at the table already, you see both the knight and his squire sitting down, and you see Aurelion holding two boots that are very dirty, coincidentally. But you join that group.
Do I want to know? Or...
I don't know if I really want to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Torrance? I need a drink.
Torrance is already there, and you come on in. What can I get you, Feely? Or for Eddie?
Feely will remember that.
He was staring at Feely when he's observing this.
I'll have whatever he's having, and he points at Zephyr.
Zephyr is currently outside, but you do notice that he has a glass of whiskey.
Correction to the statement. I'll have whatever the pussycat's having.
Oh, you do notice that he seems to be lost in thought, but he ends up creating you a nice whiskey onto the side. Next, Oram, you do wake up. It kind of makes sense because of the drinking that Hawthorne may have partook in the night prior to, or the crossfadedness. You come on down. You notice Eddie, Aurelion, as well as Feely, kind of sitting at the bar, kind of getting themselves ready. You do notice that Eddie is checking his bag as he kind of swirls his drink, just making sure that his bullets are all ready to go. You see Feely kind of reapplying some of the paint that Hawthorne made to his father's plate. And Aurelion seems to be a little bit lost in thought, with the drink untouched in front of him. You come on down the stairs.
Do I see Zephyr?
You do see as you come on downstairs, Zephyr's outside drinking a drink.
I'm gonna go talk to him because I want to run some. Because we talked last night, so I just want to double check.
So you come on up behind Zephyr, and at this point in time, Hawthorne begin kind of wandering on downstairs. He looks on at you. At first, he doesn't look at you first, but you do notice the ear turn over to you, and he looks your way. What's up, Oram?
Are you ready for this?
I don't like fucking water, but yeah.
Is that why you were acting all strange yesterday?
Strange.
Yeah. When you came in the tavern, you handed us the tickets.
Oh, no, I had a few things on my mind. Not pertaining to the water.
Do you want to talk about it, or are you alright right now?
Maybe when we get on open sea. I feel better when at least we're moving. I hate staying in one place for so long.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that then.
But yeah, find me.
Alright.
We'll talk.
Okay.
Hawthorne, you come on down. You do notice that Oram and Zephyr are kind of talking outside. And then the image of everybody else currently at Torrance bar.
Hawthorne kind of flags down Torrance and just asks for the biggest glass of like something caffeinated. Because she's got like some deep bags under her eyes.
Drank a lot. Hawthorne.
Always do.
That I've noticed. You remind me of someone I used to know in the past.
Hey.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get you some of here's a drink for you to give you a little bit of a caffeine boost. You've learned the recipe of it's a pick-me-up tonic.
Eddie gets a whiff. That smells flammable.
It totally is. It is basically how you drink it is that you end up taking a few breaths and then breathing it in, holding that in, and swigging it down. It does wake you up immediately and can wake up someone that's fallen asleep. You need a mint leaf as well as it is a kind of dark cocoa powder. And it needs to be brewed for 3 hours. It is strikingly alerting when you do drink this. But if you put it next to a fallen companion that is sleeping, by whatever means, it'll wake them up quickly. And you feel chipper than a bird.
Sweet.
All right.
Does Feeley still have the hat that I put on his head?
Do you?
No, I threw that thing away.
He totally did. There's no way he would have worn that.
It's after retrieving his thong that he threw away.
It keeps it tucked in. What color is the thong?
It's just bright red.
Bright red. Okay, just making sure.
Tasteful.
Yeah, very good.
Crotchless.
Absolutely.
okay.
Had to be.
You swimming
Okay.
that thing?
Aerodynamic.
I was going to say, it makes you more aerodynamic.
Okay, so moments later, Oram, you notice this first. You see Captain Tusk. You see him like with his bandana on top, and you do know that he is wearing kind of almost like a trifold hat made of leather, wearing not too akin from what Feeley. I'm sorry, not Feeley. Eddie is wearing currently, but these kind of darker, like leather trench coat with a linen shirt underneath. And he kind of approaches, and Aurelion, you feel his massive hand kind of once again rests on your shoulder. So, who's ready to go ahead and head south?
Well, no time like the present. I am with you.
Right.
As am I.
Right.
As a
Right.
Eddie doesn't say anything. He's just sitting there looking at his glass, pretending not to be a part of the group right now.
Silent fuck! The ribbon!
Vascophilia is always ready.
Let's
And
go!
I did forget to thank you
For what?
for my handsome young squire.
Oh, you're quite welcome. He's my first mate and the best seaman you'll ever lay hands on.
Vascophilia knows a lot about seamen.
You should be. I expect you to be able to pull your weight when we cross seas.
That's why I have the squire to pull my weight.
He'll do more than
Aye,
that.
aye.
That being said, who's one of you that have the Hellhound outside?
That'd be Sir Vascophilia.
Of course it is.
His name is Rocinante.
Ah, very good. Rosigande. We need more than him, though. Who else has a Hellhound? Any of you? No?
We had a few other companions with us before that have had hellhounds, but we don't know where they are.
That's alright.
He disappeared.
That's alright. That being said, I already knew this. I have a couple hounds ready. However, I'm more of the sea leg type. He taps his legs. I'm entrusting you to be the tip of the trident on this.
Vascophilia would be honored.
The honor's all mine, son. That being said, we already have a ship ready to be able to cross the crystal sands. And there, we'll make our way to Monstrum, where we'll actually take onto the sea. You all ready to go?
Vascophilia's ready.
Alright. So, that being said, you all get across on the southern portion. Yes, Eddie.
As everybody's leaving the bar, even Jake kind of flies on, and Eddie's just sitting there at the bar, not moving.
Hawthorne walks back in. Colt wouldn't let you leave behind, so I got to bring you with. Fuck! And she grabs him by the quiver that has been made and starts to drag his ass out. No! I don't want to go!
All right.
It'll be fine.
So you see a pack of 5 hellhounds on top of this pretty large desert ship that sinks into the sand itself. Leading in front a particularly scrawny looking hellhound, almost as if Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer up front. You see Feeley hop on top, grabbing a hold of the helm, looking majestic with this dead bird on his shoulder. Now, this being said, this is going to apply to when you actually get on the ocean. I need a gunner. I need forget what they're called, but essentially someone that stands on top of the mast
A lookout?
to look around. A lookout.
I think
Okay. I need someone to be able to run for ammunition for the gunner.
Squire.
That's a Squire.
All right. Next. Well, actually, I'm going to say for you, I need a. Well, actually, now that I think about it, no, it makes sense on this instance. I need a second mate. So that might be more for you.
Yeah, I was gonna
True.
say.
Fair,
Yeah,
I'm a
Squire.
really good second mate.
Yep.
He
And
is
then
a-
last but not least, I need a gunner, a ammunition loader for the gunner.
I can load.
So you're
I'll hang out
strong.
with Eddie.
You're sailing, sir.
You're the
I'm
tip
saying-
of the
I thought you
spear,
meant on the ship.
Now, eventually on the ship,
Okay. Yeah.
you're still a courier.
Gotcha.
Now, Captain Tusk will be there, but.
Okay. Cool.
I can.
So
run-
I want you all to go ahead and write down
Okay.
somewhere on your sheet what class you are for this.
Okay.
We got loader, gunner,
Lookout.
lookout,
I forget.
second mate, captain.
Okay, I got promoted again.
Okay, so gunner,
Being a
lookout,
courier.
powder boy, second mate, loader.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm running the ammunition.
You are the loader, the ammunition.
Okay.
It makes sense because Oram's size to be able to
Yeah, I can
bring.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if you meant like just standing there and loading it, or just
When
actually
you
like.
say gunner, what kind of gun is it?
So
Cannons, dude.
underneath, or actually up top. Now this will be different on the boat.
Oh, okay.
You will actually have staff underneath you for each job once you get on the boat. However, this is a basically a desert sander. There's a particular boat that couriers have used once everyone got up topside to be able to be pulled and be able to go across the sands. You've each experienced basically a runner, which is a sand runner, usually operated by one or two people. This is a proper ship that is being able to be used to carry large cargo across dangerous places. But this ship itself, you notice that even though there are hellhounds pulling it, immediately you see Captain Tusk kind of go up to where the sail is, where Hawthorne is currently residing up top. And he pounds 3 times on the mast itself. And you notice Hawthorne, being where you are, these long, like, wooden poles begin to kind of spark, and a golden veil drips on down. It is not a fabric. It is some kind of energy that lifts off of the actual wooden posts themselves. And immediately, the color of the energy, this golden color, these hellhounds ignite a golden flame around them, as if they are in tune with the sail itself. Immediately, you all feel the jerk as Feeley begins to roll this giant, by comparison to him, wheel. And you immediately feel this jerk as the hellhounds begin to dig deep, and they almost look like 5 shooting stars as they begin to pull the whole of the actual ship itself. Now to paint this image for you, as you begin to kind of skid very quickly across the sands itself, the crystal sands that are below you, you notice that the hellhounds are navigating and drifting from side to side. And you notice on the sides just these kind of almost waves of sand and glass and silver kind of erupting from the sides of the actual ship itself. This being said, I need Hawthorne being the lookout. I need you to go ahead and roll a knowledge roll for me to be able to kind of look and chart, communicate it to the second mate.
That is a 24 with fear.
24 with fear. Okay, I'll take the fear.
That's
That being said, thank you. 24 with fear. Success. Taking a look out, you notice once again a starless night. You see clouds kind of encompassing out. As you begin to kind of skid across, you feel and smell, still just barely, the ocean breeze that is off to the right-hand side. And you notice for the first time, really kind of scaling out, clear waters, as if this black sea that you initially came to Siren's Bell. You do notice out in the distance, as if wishing you good luck, a thunderstorm out in the ocean. In the distance, as you look forward, you can just barely see, just barely. With that roll, a giant turtle shell. You can make it out. It almost looks like a little hump. But with that roll, you can barely see out into the distance that.
In the water or on land?
On land. Now, Captain Tusk kind of comes around as you begin kind of steering the ship and things of that nature. Well, we got about a day's journey till we go ahead and hit the sea. Anyone need clarification on what your duties are on the boat? You don't, you're my kin. You do what he says.
Those are two jobs.
Aye.
He just nods at you.
Hawthorne kind of shuts down, like, just to get, like, clarification. She's to kind of chart the course, essentially.
Chart the course, dear. Point us in the right direction. We know that the one star in the sky is west.
Okay.
Better than mine.
How do you load this machine? Because Oram's never seen it before.
So, give me a flamer. You pop open this back. You grab one of those giant metal things. You load it in. You pack it like you're packing a lady from behind. You aim. You fire. You grab another and you pack again. Simple and easy. However, if we hit our target, it'll be on Gunslinger here. And make sure this one doesn't drink enough. He couldn't hit a target the other night, I heard.
If I could push you overboard, I would.
I know. Come here. And he gives you like almost like a grip. I mean it out of love. You saved my daughter. Know that I joke and I kid because I like ya. And he taps your head right on where the hat is and kind of sinks down. And for a sec, you get a flashback of when you were little. And Colt was kneeling down in his metal boots. And he had just his hat on top of yours and just kind of pushed it in. And you look up at him in these red metal eyes. And even though he can't express anything, you know that he was smiling. It reminds you of that moment as he gives you a pat and walks back up the ship. He gets back up. You know what you're doing.
Feelly always knows.
There's an essence about Vasco Feely that everyone just understands, whether Feely knows it or not, that he kind of knows what's happening.
He's the tip of the trident.
He is. That being said, Feely,
Yes.
I need everyone here to go ahead and roll the Hope and Fear dice. And Feely, you're going to wait, and we're going to count how many successes.
Okay.
Now, your Hope and Fear won't matter, it's just the total.
Oh,
Okay?
shit.
14.
It's a
14, success.
Good success.
10.
On success.
19 with fear.
19.
Ooh, great success.
9.
9. All right, you're going to be doing a flat roll right now. It kind of makes sense, right? You have a couple people that kind of know what they're doing. Your second mate, of course, knows what he's doing.
Yes, of course.
Best Squire in the world.
Yeah. However, everyone else is not accustomed, and this isn't. They're not couriers.
I used to be one, but I've never worked.
This is different. This is
Yeah.
something entirely different. However,
Is this Annihilation?
No.
it is not. No. It sounds kind of like
Very
it. Though.
familiar with servicing the crew.
Now it'll be.
Can you say that louder?
See if we can play the wire real quick.
So, Feeley, this will be a flat roll. However, you are couriered. You're going to be rolling with advantage. Your second mate, I need you to go ahead and roll a d6, and you're going to add this roll to the captain.
Hope and Fear.
Hope and Fear, you have a +2 because of courier.
So, 15, 17 Hope plus
4.
So 21 Hope.
21 hope. Take the hope for you. That being said,
Good job.
naturally,
Thank you.
Hawthorne kind of points things out. She's not entirely sure what she's looking at. However, with the communication of, I would say, Aurelion and the direction that you take and begin to kind of steer, you end up avoiding a Calamity Star entirely.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, God bless America.
So you kind of pull on over, and Aurelion, you've never really seen this, but you kind of see the glimpse of it. You notice as sand and glass begin to kind of fold in onto itself. Right around it, you notice that just a sheet of thin glass everywhere. It almost looks chromatic in a way. There's a certain glisten to it, seeping into a fissure in the middle of the sand sea that you're currently in. And there is a constant glow of red that is not unfamiliar to the glow that Eddie has as you pull away and be able to navigate that. That being said, a day and a half goes by. Hawthorne, with your previous roll, you immediately see off into the distance. I would say that you're not familiar with this species, but you do notice that there are skeletal sharks swimming through the glass itself. You notice that bits and pieces of its flesh still there and ready to go. What are you doing?
I immediately call down to Aurelion and like, sharks! Just gestures in that direction. What?
Aurelion, you just heard from your lookout that there are sharks. You're not entirely sure where. You are, though, ship savvy.
Yes.
I need you to go ahead and roll an instinct roll for me.
Starboard or port side, dude?
Yep. Let's find out.
6 with fear.
6 with fear. So that's okay. I'll take the fear. That being said, those directions weren't really great in terms of where these are coming from. I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 fear.
Oh, no,
no.
don't do that.
Hawthorne, with your previous roll still,
Okay.
you guessed 4 or 5. You now see about 20.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
You're a terrible
That being
lookout.
said, Feely, you're completely blind in terms of where this potentially is at. Your first mate is kind of trying to dissect what Hawthorne. Hawthorne's just like confused at this point in time. I need you to make a judgment call. Okay, so you do know port side, starboard. You do know basically the compass around you: north, south, west, east. As you begin to kind of push forward at full speed, you notice just a glimpse of your Hellhound leading the charge. What direction are you going to be able to turn to be able to take the offensive?
I'm gonna whip it to the right.
You're whipping it to the right.
45-degree angles. north.
Okay, your instincts. Hawthorne, you kind of grip a hold of the sail as you begin to kind of turn off to the right-hand side. Eddie, in your sights, you see a swarm of undead sharks charging towards you. What are you doing?
Eddie takes a break from being enamored by the big gun,
Good.
and he turns to Oram. Is it loaded? Did we?
The
is
first
guys
shot
in-
was loaded.
You know what? It was shown to you. Yes, Captain Tusk showed you. All right, first shot is loaded. What are you doing?
I take aim, and I'm struggling with the sheer weight of this thing, and I kind of gesture to Oram to help me.
I'm gonna help him out.
Okay. I need you both to go ahead and roll a strength roll to get it right on the dot. If you're able to get it right on the dot because of your gunner aspect, you'll be able to roll with advantage to be able to hit the target.
16 with hope.
16 with hope for strength.
Yep.
Okay.
11 with fear.
Okay, I'll take the fear. That being said, you kind of begin to try and struggle. You notice that Oram just kind of grips a hold of the bottom and just shifts it on over to the right.
And there's
Are you going to be able to take aim?
Can you take aim?
I can.
Okay.
Just and Eddie's like, because he's not able to hold it, he's kind of nudging Oram over to the left and right.
I'm gonna get the ammo ready.
All right. So that being said, you're going to be able to take aim. I need you to aim to hit. I'm going to go ahead and have the lookout to go ahead and give the advantage. So you roll your d6.
Aim to hit, is it finesse?
It'll be finesse, yes.
That's a 19 with hope.
19 with hope with advantage.
Plus 5. And did you make sure to add your +1 from the cloak?
Oh yeah, the cloak gives me an extra finesse.
It does.
That's 20, 25 with hope.
Okay. That being said, I need the two of you. I need you both to roll your fate dice, which is your d20s.
Wow. The tooth.
Oberon, you're going to go ahead and get ready to reload.
Yes.
Hawthorne, does it look like, with your mind's eye, do they need to readjust as they have hit?
We're terrible sailors.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Actually, I'll hold off on that question. What'd we get?
2.
Ooh. So, when you shoot, it does hit. It does make contact. You end up taking out 5 of the 20 that are there.
Very good.
Now, being able to see that, Hawthorne, how are you adjusting to tell your second mate to be able to adjust for that shot in your mind's eye?
Hawthorne's gonna, now that she's kind of steeled herself as she's looking into this, she kind of calls to have the ship brought further left to lead the shot.
To lead the shot, okay? So, that being said, Hawthorne, you announce that to your second mate. Aurelion, I need you to go ahead and go downstairs and tell your gunners and loaders to be able to use the front guns.
Okay. So, do I have to roll for that? Or?
Go. You know what? No. Go ahead. You'll go on down.
So I run on down. You know, my feet are a little wet, so I'm kind of sliding as like the boat's shaking. I get thrown into a wall at one point, but I make my way down. Guys, we're flipping her left. We gotta get to the front.
Eddie's kind of like just opened the door, and Obram's sitting there with a cannonball, and we both look at each other. We're like, "Fuck! Bring it with you!"
Monster Hunter right over.
Eddie kind of runs up to the front and slides, and as he opens the next cannon,
I need our gunner or reloader to go ahead and roll a finesse roll. How quickly are you able to get this? This will dictate how many.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Success. You go ahead and throw it on in and close it. Feely, you get these directions to be able to go ahead and curve it around to the left. I need you to go ahead and roll a finesse roll to be able to see if you're able to kind of quickly turn it over.
8 fear.
8 fear. So you pull it over. You're going to be rolling with disadvantage. Eddie, I need you to go ahead and roll to hit. And that being said, the two of you need to go ahead and roll your d20 dices, and it'll be minus whatever I roll.
Okay.
so
11.
Ooh.
I'm going to use an experience
What do you?
3 to use well-trained eye.
11.
I'm gonna use. Can I give him hope?
It's not good.
Can I give him
We get
hope?
no clue what we're doing.
How are you going to give him hope?
Just for
I'm just
my.
sliding around.
I'm just gonna help him
helping me
scares.
move the
I'm helping
cannon.
him
It kind of makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't catch
We'll
my-
dictate
like
damage,
myself.
but let's see how on point we are.
All right. So with well-trained eye and finesse,
I roll a
19
yeah, 5.
for 20, 23, 25.
Plus 5, 30.
30
So
fierce.
despite the ship not quite getting there, Oram and Eddie kind of Oram's holding the cannon. And Eddie's like, that's about right, and slaps his hand onto the fuse itself. I need you to go ahead and roll a strength check for me. Because you're not quite there based on the rolls. 11?
11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay. Boom! You see Oram fly backwards. Your front cannons are no longer accessible.
Oh shit.
Aurelion, you notice this and relay it directly to the captain. That being said, I need to go ahead another instinct roll. Actually, a knowledge roll. I apologize.
No, you're all good.
That being said, with your guys' roll, in your dead aim, you killed about 10 more.
Nice.
There seems to be about 5 left. At this point in time, they've gotten deadly close. If you guys do not hit this, they will board.
It is a 17.
They can
Somehow.
board?
I'm giving you that forewarning.
17 with hope.
17 with hope. Take the hope. That being said, Hawthorne, describe this for me. As you begin kind of shifting around, you're holding on top of this, kind of swaying back and forth. You notice the electricity, this energy that's propelling you forward, flickers slightly as you begin to kind of go into rough terrain.
Hawthorne kind of calls out, "Get ready! They're getting close, lads! Get close!" And she kind of like, I don't know how she would gesture this because she's up on the mast. You just see like this faint little pixel just kind of move, like it's trying to like say aim down towards the.
Okay, so at this point in time, you hear this. They are getting close to the actual ship itself. On left or right? Or still left, I guess.
I was going to say, yeah, they're still on the left hand side.
Okay, so that being said, our first mate, what are you doing with this information?
What? Are they're too close for the top cannons to fire at?
I got
Oh
guns.
shit, that's true. Okay, so I'm going to basically everything that just happened to me before in reverse, slip my way back up the stairs,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be like, just start. If you got buckets, if you got crates, just throw them off at them.
Okay, they are too close for cannons themselves. So you heard this. Now, Feeley, you hear all this commotion. What are you doing to help your team?
I'm gonna do a sick drift maneuver to try and smack the sharks with the boat.
Deja vu? Okay, you're going to go ahead and just turn and ram.
Smack 'em.
That being said, okay, so Feely, I need you to go ahead and roll a finesse roll. You're going to go ahead and try and helm strike these things.
Are we gonna have to roll for impact?
That's 16 hope.
16 hope. All right, he begins to turn it around. You see the Hellhounds beginning to jump and yip as they turn the ship itself. I need you each to roll hope and fear for damage.
6.
4, 5, 6. 6 damage.
6 damage.
12 damage.
Oh, 13.
13. So 18.
20.
And for Zephyr.
Damn.
I guess just sends them.
So as you begin to kind of pull it around, the Hellhounds immediately begin to yip. Has anyone heard the sound of when coyotes get a kill?
Yeah.
The celebration, the excitement. You notice that they begin to shift and you feel this kind of turbulence as but you hear the shredding and the tearing, the yipping, the excitement from the Hellhounds themselves. You guys have succeeded this encounter.
Nice call.
Yeah, great job.
We somehow did that.
That being said, that is the beginning of voyage combat. Bear in mind that you're going to be, once you get on the open seas, you're going to have people underneath you that you're going to have to be giving direction. But, in essence, that's how we do it.
I like it.
Alright. Then you notice that as you begin drifting through, the actual sands itself, almost immediately,
With this crazy drift maneuver, I just see Oram on the ground already from failing
Yeah, did
to
I
hold the
take
cannon
damage
up.
when the camera just shot
no,
back and
it
hit
did
me?
get rid of that though.
I was like,
And then as we drift, he just slings great about it.
I just imagine Eddie like going to run to the side as I'm being told to go basically give it all I got, and the drift like has me slam my head against the wall and fall to the ground.
Fair enough.
Hawthorne falls from the mast.
So, now, the only reason you know that it's night is that the flames, the torches that kind of lead on all around the ships themselves, they go from a nice red flame. And Aurelion, you would notice this. I would say that Eddie, you would notice this. To a dark blue flame. It's always signified what nighttime is. That being said, we have 15 minutes left of our session. I will leave this up to you. The following session will officially have made it to Monstrum. But I give it up to you to be able to have any moment that you'd like to have in the middle of the night. So I'll paint this image for you. There's celebration between the lot of you. It was kind of a cool moment. Captain Tusk congratulates everyone and kind of gives, once again, Aurelion a slap on the back of like, you know, you learned from the best kind of moment. You're still drifting off as night has come. You each take shifts and whatnot in the middle of the night. Captain Tusk and Feeley swap in the middle of the night at one point in time to be able to go out. You see some livestock that is still on the boat itself, like some chickens and things of that nature that seem rather dazzled because of what is happening. And just for the most part, everyone kind of conversating amongst themselves. Is there anything that anyone wanted to do before we ended this session? Any conversations that you would like to have?
I'll take a leak up the side of the boat.
Yeah.
Roll for stream.
How strong did you get it?
And will it shoot back at me?
Is it land or
12.
float?
A
So
12.
a decent stream.
A decent
you know?
stream, you know, actually, you don't get anything on you.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
pretty
it's a little
successful.
pale, but you know.
It's a little pale. Hydrated,
Yeah, hey, there you go.
as one would expect from a type 2. But Feely, you do notice this as your first mate is kind of just holding on to like some ropes, holding on to the mast, and he's just one hand out. Just performance as well.
Real power right there.
Yeah.
Feely is called out, Squire!
I just whip around.
Doesn't put anything away. So yeah?
What can I do for you?
I have laundry that needs to be done.
Of course, sir. And then I wrap up, put my pants back on.
Head up to the captain's chambers.
Of course.
You notice, when you go into the captain's chambers, you see 2 dirty socks that you know Feely doesn't wear.
A pair of women's
And a
underwear.
pair of women's underwear. It might be the thong that he
That
had
I know he
earlier,
definitely wears.
but it's there. Alright. Hawthorne, Eddie, or Oram, is there anything that you want to do?
I would like to. You obviously know what I'm trying to do with the shotgun.
Oh,
I would like to study the cannon and imagine it being smaller.
absolutely. I want you to go ahead and roll for me. You'll do your hope and fear dice.
Any particular stat? Or
No.
that's a 12 with hope.
12 with hope. 12 with hope. It's interesting. As you begin to kind of envision this a little bit smaller, you kind of pop open the container itself and slap it back together. And for some reason, it feels weird. It doesn't feel like what you're used to. Maybe it's the material that it's made out of with the crystal. You're not entirely sure of how you would adjust this. Now, moving forward, I don't know if I should give you this, but I know that you're honest with your rules. Your gun is fear-based. If you want to work on this in the middle of the night, if you start rolling with fear, you'll make progress. Then you'll dive deeper into your relic weapon.
Okay.
but you do not gain any movement on that. It's not
Okay.
so much the number, it's actually the currency.
Glad you brought that up, because if I rolled with fear today, I was going to use my freeborn to make it hope.
Yeah. So, that being said, Hawthorne, was there anything you wanted to do in the middle of the night?
Hawthorne, as she's floated herself back up to the mast a couple times throughout the night. Just in almost like a quiet moment to herself, she kind of peers out and sees the thunderstorm again off in the distance. But she's also fiddling with the emblem that she had adjusted back in town. And she almost takes ink, essentially, in a little needle, and she kind of stick pokes herself with 2 emblems on either arm. On her right arm, she recreates yin and yang, the symbol of yin and yang, and on the left arm, it's rough. It's not the prettiest, but she recreates the emblem of Ramza on her left hand, or left forearm.
I need you to roll your destiny dice for me.
Oh fuck! That is a 3.
A 3. Interestingly enough, when you do this, you're not sure if it's a vision or what have you. Actually, you know that it's not a vision. You etch these into your skin, and you notice that they begin to bleed. Specifically, the emblem of Ramza almost feels like it's going to crisp your skin, but for some reason, it just continues to bleed. On your other side, where the symbol of yin and yang, you've never experienced cold the way that you feel it now. It's as if it's being frostbitten and calloused over. And it begins to bleed as well. And you're holding on to looking at your hands as they begin to bleed. And as an unnatural pool of blood pools underneath you, I would say Aurelion, yourself and Zephyr get the scent, and actually Feeley, of blood reaches your nostrils, and you immediately look up. I need the 2 of you to roll your own destiny dices.
I want Zephyr to do it as well.
Yeah, I will.
Perfect.
16.
12.
10.
Okay. Kind of makes sense. Someone learning, feeling, getting adapted. Someone that's begun the beginning of blood magic, and then someone that has experienced it for who knows. Zephyr sees something that takes him back for just a moment. And I would say that Hawthorne, as you're looking at this pool of blood that begins to kind of accumulate with that roll, a hand comes out of the blood itself. A woman's hand. And you see it kind of almost, as you strike in confusion, awe, I'm not entirely sure, and the hand touches your face and goes down to your lips. And within a second, you see, with Zephyr's roll, a blade made of silver slash at the hand entirely, and it immediately dismembers and hits the wall itself, and you notice that the hand kind of gets up and begins to jump off and jumps into the water as you're standing there shaking with the blood on you and on your face. What kind of thing were you trying to summon? And he immediately kind of hops on down and looks at you with an intensity that you've never seen directed at you, but seen him in combat look.
She just kind of keeps staring at these bleeding sigils in her arms, and she just looks at him. I don't know.
He quickly kind of takes the blood, moves it on over, and you notice that he throws off like basically the linen shirt that he had underneath and kind of consumes it and tosses it out. With your roll, you're not entirely sure, but you notice immediately this shirt, and you see this trail of almost like blood mist kind of falling off of it. And you catch it, and you look at it, and you hold on to it for a sec, and you notice for a second, as if you're holding a skull looking directly at you with open eyes. And you hold it there for a sec, and you hear whispers, chanting, just things kind of seeping into your head as you begin to hold this now metaphysical skull in your head, and you're scooting back. And Feeley, with that roll, you see him kind of, your first mate, kind of go onto the back, and he almost begins to kind of drip overboard. You quickly grab a hold of him, you take the mask itself. What do?
Can I try and drink the blood?
I knew you
Damn.
did. You immediately
Damn, bro.
crush. It looks like a skull. You expect it to crush like a skull, but it folds into on itself like fabric, and you squeeze the blood out of it, and you get a feed point for the night.
Yes, dude.
And you toss it overboard. You see Zephyr kind of hold onto you, and he's looking at the wounds, and he's kind of examining them.
Good catch.
That was and he takes out his Slayer book, flips through. I don't have anything on that. And begins kind of sniffing. With a 16, but I'm going to just see if he's able to identify. 14.
Can we give him hope?
You can't at this moment. He looks down at it. Reeks of the void. And he spits off to the side, and he holds out your hand and kind of begins to wrap bandages around it. What were you thinking of? What? Did you summon anything?
I just was thinking of my gods. And both of them. And she's like almost panicking. She's like almost got like tears welling up in her eyes, but they're not tears. They're just black, almost, like kind of dripping down her face.
Yeah. There's this kind of black kind of veil going down on your face, and he kind of wipes it away and he shows you what's coming out of your eyelids. I think you have I don't know what substance this is. Maybe because we're not in the Relic's protection. Be careful about looking out to other worldly things. Okay. That was definitely not from here.
I don't disagree.
He looks on down. What'd you make of it? As you kind of...
Yeah, he's like just wiping his face with all the blood. Let's go. Feely's never seen anything like that before.
Feely, I need you to roll a hope and fear dice.
Oh, shit.
Feely, what it tastes like?
Yeah, give us a flavor
What did
profile.
good pussy taste like?
Kind of like a yeast infection.
Damn.
we all know what that is.
Jesus.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A little sour.
17. Hope.
Feely, when you drink this blood,
You get a full boner.
Just kidding. Just a blue cheer.
your eyes dilate. And you're immediately hit with a vision, with that roll. You see the careful caress. You see Hawthorne holding out her hands like this as it begins to pull. But almost as if you were to black out everything except for her holding her hands out, looking at us in this pool of red beginning to puddle. You see a woman with red hair reach up and stretch through the blood and touch Hawthorne's face. With that roll, I would say that you see a fox woman covered in gold and a fox woman covered in black, pulling her down so that she does not reach Hawthorne. And you flash back in an instant. And that ends tonight's session.
Do you want to do anything? I'm sorry, I did not think.
No,
that was
we'll
gonna
start
take
off with. Well, unless there's something you want to do, we're gonna start off with you.
I don't know if I should, but I was going to ask Hawthorne about the sigil, but maybe now's not the good time.
We'll start off with that being the
say,
first
I don't know if
question
that's
that
a
you
good
have.
thing to do.
But once again, we are past the dice. Thank you for joining in on this adventure. Thank you, Aurelion, for joining us on this adventure as well.
Fantastic opening session.
Yeah, dude.
If there is... Oh, that's not what I'm trying to say. Like and subscribe, all the fun jazz. I hope that you enjoyed it just like we did. And we'll see you next time.
Hell
Bye.
yeah, boy.
Bye. Bye.